Alright, so I'm here today with the BVS Fondjoy set. I am your go-to for Fondjoy figures, so let's take a look, see if there's any problems with these, and get a look at the details of them. So first off, packaging, super nice. It's not a real thick box, really thin, kind of like the cardboard McFarlane uses. So not great there. It'd be nice if it had a magnetic closure on the front, just like the single releases. Let's get it open and take a peek. So right out of the box, Henry's got some neck problems. Get these open here. Now we'll hold it up so you can see it. So you get the same accessories with the armor Batman that you do in the single release, except for the bandolier across the body, and that's about it. I think that's the only thing it's missing. I don't see anything else out of place for it. You still get the spear, which is good because I sold my figures, the original ones I had, so I'm kind of glad to have these ones. So let's get a look at the Affleck damaged head. And you can definitely see Ben Affleck's face in that. Looks really good. I can't remember if this one was still lit up when the mask was damaged or not. I can't remember. Sorry about the shaking on the camera because I'm hitting the tripod. And then you have the armor damage here where Superman grabs it. I mean, I'm not going to go through all the articulation of this figure because it's identical. One thing I will say is the joints are a lot tighter on this one than the original one. Everything is a lot more snug. I think the leg movement on this one's a little bit better. The drop-down joint moves far better on this one than the original release. So that's good. You have some pretty good range of motion now that these move better. So I think they improved the legs on this version of Batfleck. You have some damage there on the side of the gauntlet. Where else? We have some damage on the shoulder pad. Anything on the leg? No. Cape still has the weak wires. Nothing crazy there. It does seem to be slightly different material, a little softer than the original release. Overall, I'm glad to have one of these again, so I can't wait to repaint this one. Let's get the one that everybody wants to see, which is Superman. I will say right off the start, he's really light. I mean, this is lighter than any of the Batman figures. So I'm wondering if they're thinning out the plastic a little bit, not making them so thick. So here is the head sculpt. Far better in person than what I've seen on Instagram. So I'm actually very pleased with that. The cape is extremely thin, lightweight material, which is what allows it to drape and fold well here. The S looks better. In a lot of the promo images, it looked like a, what I'm trying to say, more matte finish. It's actually got a nice little metallic sheen. Nowhere near as bright as the McFarlane, but we'll look at that in a moment. The diaper on this is not a hard plastic. It is like a McFarlane. It's a very soft, pliable material. So you still have a drop-down leg. And there is Superman's 90 that you can get. Still not straight out. It's more at an angle. But you can get a little more flexibility out of the body now that it has a rubber diaper. So there is all the way down. As you can see, a little trouble with the rubber diaper there. And then that is all the way back. You can get a better flight pose of the head with how far it can go back compared to McFarlane. And then you have far more articulation range with the hands to get a better flight pose. I think the hands are a little small, in my opinion. So that doesn't look bad. Looks really good. But yeah, the hands look a little small if you put them down by his side. They might be in proportion, but they just seem small when it's next to his head. You got double jointed elbows. This back part doesn't really move as far forward. So there's all the way back. So it only moves just a little bit. So you don't really get a full flex where you could actually like touch the shoulder. The swivel is smooth. That's about as far of a lateral raise as you're going to get, which seems a little weak. His lats are huge. Look at those things. Look at those things sticking out there. Pretty crazy. The knees, that pop was dangerous sounding. So you get a full bend with the knees. And the knees look different than the Batman figures. They're way more blended in better on the Superman suit. Let's see if we have any noise on this one. Nope, nice and smooth. The foot, you have, that's as far down as it can go for a flight pose. And then that's as far up as they can go. Then you have your toe. The feet seem nicely locked in, unlike some previous releases like the Battinson and what was the other one that was kind of bad? The Tactical Suit Batman had some weak feet, but these have real nice ball joints to them. Now this foot doesn't go up as far. That's as far as it can go. It goes down, it looks like a little bit farther. There's texturing on the bottom of the boot. We'll take a look at the back of the suit. The texture on the suit, these ribbed lines, I think stand out better than on the McFarlane. Yeah, so that is what you get with that. Let's take a look at the two side by side. Now mine has a custom head sculpt that I ordered from Thailand, and I think it has a superior head sculpt, but I don't know. The Fondjoy looks pretty good to me. Put them side by side. Yeah, I think mine's still a better head sculpt. But there are the two side by side. Let me get them to stand up together. That way you can see one-to-one comparison in height. I know there's already been a couple people to post side by side. One thing is the McFarlane, your shoulders are way larger on Superman. He's got some bolder shoulders for sure. The cape is put in a weird position on the suit. It doesn't go in where it's supposed to. It's supposed to go right where the Fondjoys go in. There's like a little cutout of the suit where the cape locks in. So there is side-by-side comparison. More accurate red on the Fondjoy. The McFarlane's like a rust red color, so it's not accurate at all. I gave him a more metallic look because there's only some scenes where he looks like it's matte, but it's actually got a silver suit underneath, as we all know. So it's more metallic than anything else. So I'll probably put a light coating over this suit to make it stand out. Then we have the Angry Heat Vision head. Let's get it out of the bag here and take a look at it. If I can get it open. So it's kind of hard to tell. It just looks like bruised eyes, really. It's not real red. The pupils are red. It's kind of hard for you to see on the iPhone because the iPhone sucks. But that's that head. It's not bad. What else? Is there really anything else to show? Superman's base is different than Batman's. Let me get it out of there. It says Superman on the front, and it's black and white, or silver, black and silver on the base. Batman's is just red and black, and it says Batman on it. So that's what that looks like. I'll put some pictures at the end with some posing, and we'll swap these two heads and see what it looks like. Let me know what you think in the comments below, and like and subscribe, please. Later. So here is the Fondjoy with, let me raise the phone up, with this head sculpt on it. One thing I wanted to touch on real quick. So I was heating this up to put a ball, one of the McFarlane ball sockets in there. And this is all rubber. So this isn't a hard plastic. It's a way softer material. You can see it flexing right there. So it's not like other Fondjoy figures. Let me see if I can. You can see how it's flexing right there. So I wanted to just show that they kind of cheaped out on the body. So like McFarlane is nice and strong in the torso, the upper chest area. So something to think about when you're spending this. I got it cheaper than what you're going to see it online because I had some reward points, but it's like $70-ish for the set. So something to think about if you want to customize your McFarlane. You can change the location here of the cape. You can get a better color and obviously a superior head sculpt if you want to. And I think this might still be a better buy than the Fondjoy. The Fondjoy has better articulation. I will give it that. But, is it really better than a $20 figure with a head sculpt that is very well painted? And this came this way. I didn't paint this because I can't paint faces to save my life. But, you have to think about it. McFarlane, you got lat raises that high. You can come in even farther this way. Like I said, that's flying with McFarlane. You do have uglier joints with McFarlane. But, it's really up to you what you want to spend your money on. Honestly, I would still go with the McFarlane over the Fondjoy. That's just my opinion. So let me know what you think in the comments below. Later.